Why is it so easy to be kind to other people, but it's so difficult to be kind to ourselves? Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, welcome back to Kaylin's Corner Podcast. I'm your host, Kaylin Grace, and today's episode will be on self-kindness. Self-kindness is such an important part of our society. We are always so kind to other people, but we always forget to be kind to ourselves. And kindness to ourselves is just as important or even more important than being kind to other people. It means to treat yourself with care and respect, understanding that you are not going to be perfect, and learning to love those imperfections and those qualities. I also know how hard it is to be kind to yourself with social media and comparison. It's so hard to be kind to yourself sometimes. I learned how to be kind to myself. I'm here to teach you ways that worked for me. And so I'm here to help you guys with self-kindness. Here are some tips. First tip I'm going to give you is going to be how to learn to be your own best friend. I used to hate spending time with myself. I've learned sometimes being self-kind also means being kind to yourself when you're alone. When you're alone, you're not just being mean to yourself, hating on yourself. You need to hype yourself up. If you're feeling down about yourself, no. Hype yourself up. Think you are amazing. Think you're this baddie. That was a little bit talked about in my self-confidence episode. That's how you raise your confidence, but it's also how you learn to be kind to yourself and give yourself grace. The second thing I'm going to talk about is learning how to be kind to yourself in your hardest moments. This is the moments where your self-kindness is built, where you become stronger at these moments. You do not become stronger by being kind to yourself when you are your skinniest, your prettiest, your most clear-skinned version of yourself. You learn how to be stronger when you're kind to yourself at your hardest, at your worst. When you are about to go to bed, you look not ugly, but you look like you're about to go to bed. You have all your pimple patches on, you have no makeup on, you have your skincare on. Being kind to yourself in that moment is how you're going to learn how to be self-kind to yourself all around and overall. If you can be kind to yourself at your worst moment, you can definitely be kind to yourself at your best moments and at your middle moments. That's how you learn. You also need to learn how to shift your mindset. Your mindset is the whole part of self-kindness, how to switch your mindset from being mean to you to be kind to you. Instead of thinking at a negative point of view, you need to be thinking at a positive point of view. Don't be thinking to yourself, oh, I got a bad grade on this assignment. Be thinking, oh, this is a way for me to grow. This is a way for me to grow in this subject, become better, and I can go home, study my butt off. I'll grow with discipline, become a better student. It helps build a lot of good qualities you'll need for life by learning how to change your failure mindset into a growth mindset. Overall, you need to give yourself grace and give yourself permission to rest. I like to say that a lot. If you are tired, give yourself permission to rest. That goes into the self-care category, which I'll talk about in a separate episode. Don't worry, it's coming out soon. I will talk about in that episode a little bit about self-care and self-kindness versus each other. Giving permission to rest at hard times is a little bit of self-kindness and self-care built into each other. You need to have a strong enough mindset to be kind to yourself, to let yourself rest, and to give yourself a break when you know you're struggling. But it's also the actual action of giving yourself a break is self-care. Okay, so I talked already a little bit about changing your mindset, but now I'm going to talk about a little bit of reframing your thoughts. I already said this, to not be failure, but to turn them into a growth mindset as well. Sometimes, yes, you can change your overall mindset, but you'll still have those thoughts, those bad ones that creep in once in a while. You need to learn how to handle them, kind of rebuttal them. You're kind of in an argument with yourself as I think of it. Sometimes I'll have an argument in my head. It'll be like, oh no, Kaylin, you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. I'll be mid-workout in a plank, literally wanting to die. Whatever situation you're in that you're telling yourself you're not good enough or you're being mean to yourself, you need to learn how to reframe those and rebuttal them like you would an argument. I hate to compare this to school, but an argumentative essay, you have all of your I don't know, do you have a topic sentence, a whatever, the main sentence. Okay, I'm not good at English. Your main sentence, you have your body paragraphs, whatever, then you have your counter argument, your rebuttal. You need to counter argue your own self. You need to say, no, I am good enough, I can't do this. You need to shut the heck up. And so you need to reframe them, be mean back to them. You understand what I'm saying? Basically, you need to learn how to challenge your own thoughts and shut them down. You need to shut down your inner critic and tell him to shut up, if you know what I mean. So you need to build yourself up instead of building yourself down. This was slightly mentioned a little bit earlier in the episode. I'm just going to give a quick overview of self-care versus self-kindness. I think overall self-care is the action. Self-kindness is the mindset, your thoughts and feelings. I want to make sure everyone knows that they're both equally important, but you do need to learn what the difference is so that you can learn, oh, is this self-care? Is this self-kindness? The two together is such a strong combo, but they're both equally important. You cannot have one without the other. Balance the two out so you have a perfect amount of self-care days and self-kind moments too. I also wanted to give a reminder that having self-kindness and grace to yourself is not at all selfish. Sometimes it gets put that way. My closest friends are the people that will always tell me that no, it's okay. Like, Kaylin, you take the day, you take the hour, you take a few minutes, whatever you need, you take that. Those are the people you need to be hanging around with and surrounding yourself with. The ones that are going to support you at your worst times. They're the ones who are always so kind to me when I'm struggling to be kind to myself. And they're the ones that remind me, like, Kaylin, you need to be kinder to yourself. You need to stop being so hard on yourself, because I'm a perfectionist. It happens all the time. So sometimes I need that little reminder. So sometimes you can learn how to give that reminder to your other friends when they're struggling as well. Lastly, I just want to go over a few things that we learned to make sure you remember them at the end of this episode. Make sure to accept yourself for you, the you with all your imperfections. At your worst moments, you need to learn how to give yourself grace and be kind to yourself. Do not beat yourself up for every little thing that happens, and accept the fact that you are not perfect, and change your mindset from being failure to growing instead. Lastly, you need to learn how to change how you treat yourself at your worst moments. So when you are struggling the most, that's where you need to be kind to yourself. But this is a growing moment for you. This will help teach you a lot of lessons. Even though you're struggling, it'll teach you stuff. You'll become a better person because of it. And next time you doubt yourself, think to yourself, would my best friend deserve to hear this kind of stuff I'm saying to myself? If your answer is no, they wouldn't deserve to hear it, neither do you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Kaylin's Corner Podcast. I hope you guys stay tuned for more episodes. Have an amazing day. Love you, besties. Bye.